Welcome to the channel, and I hope you like the video.
The practice of Lukumi, also known as La Regla de Oca, is an Afro-Cuban spiritual and religious tradition. It is a form of Orisha worship that has its roots in the religion of the Yoruba people of West Africa. This tradition was brought to Cuba by enslaved Africans and, over time, fused with elements of Roman Catholicism. Here are some key aspects of the Lukumi practice. Orishas and Ash. Lukumi centers on the veneration of spirits known as Orishas. These Orishas are seen as manifestations of a supreme being, Oloran or Olajimere. They are believed to be aligned with natural forces and are given offerings and rituals. The central concept of the religion is Ash, which is the divine force or life energy that the Orishas possess and that practitioners seek to harness. Syncretism. Due to historical circumstances, Lukumi, like many Afro-Caribbean religions, incorporated elements of Catholicism. This is a form of syncretism where Orishas are often identified with Catholic saints. For example, the Orisha Chango, ruler of lightning, is identified with St. Barbara, and Yemaya, the mother of all Orishas and the goddess of the sea, is often associated with the Virgin Mary. However, many modern practitioners prefer the term Lukumi to emphasize the religion's African heritage over its Catholic influences. Divination and rituals. Divination plays a central role in Lukumi. Practitioners use various methods, such as the reading of cowrie shells, El Dalagan, to communicate with the Orishas, examine a person's spiritual state, and gain guidance. Rituals are a core part of the practice and can include drumming, dancing, and singing to encourage an Orisha to possess a member of the community. Community and houses. The practice is organized around houses, aisles, which are communities of initiates and aspirants led by a priestess, Ayalorisha, or a priest, Babalorisha. This community is seen as a family, and new initiates, known as Ayawo, bride of the Orisha, make a lifelong commitment to a deity. Animal sacrifice. One of the most publicly scrutinized aspects of Lukumi is the practice of animal sacrifice. The animals are killed, typically by cutting the carotid arteries, and are often cooked and eaten as part of a ceremonial feast. These sacrifices are performed for various purposes, including healing, initiation ceremonies, and annual celebrations. This practice has been the subject of legal battles, most notably the Supreme Court case Church of the Lukumi Babalu I Incorporated v. City of Hialeah, which affirmed the right of the church to practice religious animal sacrifice. Origin of the name, Lukumi. The term Lukumi is believed to derive from a Yoruba greeting meaning, my friend. It has been used to refer to Yoruba-speaking people in the diaspora and is a term many practitioners now use to distinguish their tradition from the more widely known Santeria, which some feel overemphasizes the Catholic aspects. The term Lukumi has a dual meaning, referring both to a group of people in Cuba who are members of a secret society and the secret, liturgical language they use. This ritual lexicon consists of a vocabulary of words and short phrases derived from Yoruba, and it is used for ritual purposes in the Spanish Caribbean and its diaspora. The term itself is said to originate from a Yoruba greeting meaning, my friend. It is important to note that while its roots are in the Yoruba language, the essential and non-negotiable tonal aspect of the original tongue has been lost due to the influence of Spanish phonetics and pronunciation. Conversely, the name Santeria translates to the Way of the Saints and was first used by scholarly commentators in the 1930s before spreading among practitioners themselves. Its widespread use is a direct result of the religion's deep syncretic relationship with Catholicism. However, a significant number of contemporary adherents find the term offensive because they feel it overemphasizes the Catholic elements of their faith. Consequently, a growing number of practitioners are choosing to use La Regla Lukumi or La Regla de Oca, which means the rule of Orisha, as the religion's official name. The preference among practitioners for Lukumi or Regla de Oca over Santeria is not merely a linguistic choice but a profound statement of identity. The initial use of Santeria and the syncretic practice itself were rooted in a need for survival under colonial religious persecution. The deliberate conflation of Orishas with Catholic saints served as a facade or disguise to hide their beliefs from Spanish authorities. With religious freedom enshrined in the Cuban Constitution after 1898 and the subsequent spread of the religion, the need for this public disguise has diminished. The rejection of the name Santeria and the embrace of names that directly reference African roots, Lukumi, Oka/Orisha, signifies a post-colonial reclaiming of a spiritual identity that was historically suppressed. This represents a transition from a hidden religion to one that is proud and open about its origins. Lukumi's theological framework is built on a clear hierarchy of divine beings. The faith teaches the existence of a single, transcendent creator divinity known as Olodumare, Olafai, or Oloran. This deity is the ultimate source of Ache, a supernatural life force that permeates the universe and can be manipulated through ritual actions. Olodumare is often understood in a triplicate form, with Olodumare representing the divine essence, Oloran as the creator, and Olafai as the dweller in all creation. This conceptualization displays a structural similarity to the Christian Trinity. Due to its transcendent nature, Olodumare is considered inaccessible to humanity and takes little interest in human affairs. Consequently, no major offerings or rituals are dedicated to it. The religious practice of Lukumi revolves instead around a pantheon of spirits known as Orishas, singular and plural in Lukumi, who act as intermediaries between humanity and the Supreme Being. They are seen as emanations of Olodumare, created to aid humanity and teach them how to be successful on earth. Some practitioners perceive the Orishas as facets of Olodumare, and therefore believe that by venerating them, they are ultimately worshipping the Creator God. The Orishas are not regarded as wholly benevolent, being capable of both harming and helping humans, and displaying a mix of emotions, virtues, and vices.